we're live right now as soon as Kat ran away.
As soon as Kat,
that is just awesome. Well,
you and I can hold it down, right?
I was just stretching and I
needed to. Product placement.
I don't have a picture of the Aerialist, but I do have a photo. I'm going to grab it. I have learned, though, not to stand next to said photo while wearing a tank top.
I know.
Someone will be like, wow, she has nice arms.
I know.
I'm like, so I'm a marshmallow. Okay.
No. Okay, so Dreya has been on my vision board for 10 years. Yes, 11 years. And my vision board says Dreya abs. That's just what it says. So it's a constant attempt to get towards that direction. So welcome Facebook. This is Winter Wanderer, and it is a series of explosive. I was about to say explosive. Why not?
Be explosive too.
Coming to your theater soon. Explosive interviews featuring amazing people that we admire, and I would like to introduce you to Elizabeth. Elizabeth is an author and an inventor and the co-creator for Cirque-it Fitness. And first of all, Elizabeth, introduce yourself to everybody.
Oh,
give us some
well then.
Okay, so give us background before you started Aerials. Ooh.
Before I started, that's another life. Yeah, well, I think maybe some stuff that's relevant to our discussion today is, I was always climbing on things growing up. I was scaling like the door frames as a kid and like doing the splits and balancing in between, and couldn't wait for recess, when I was a kid, and doing the jungle gym and all that stuff. And then, did cross country and track too. And was also really involved in music and speech and art and all that stuff. And I was very, very studious, right? I also was really intellectual and always reading and all that good stuff, and just really active. And then, I graduated from UW-Madison in '99 and drove out to San Francisco to get a job, and the dot-com boom and all that good stuff. And in San Francisco, there are these things called circus schools, just, because they're everywhere, right? Because it's San Francisco. So, so when I was about 23, I actually just took a flying trapeze class.
Oh, wow.
For fun for the first time, because I, grew up watching Circus of the Stars and thought if I were to be a star and in the circus, that would be my act. And I did it, and I just fell in love with the movement, but also really, I think, the spirit of the circus, because it was a gym, but it was not a gym, right? It was all ages, variety of social classes, different genders, different sexual identities, different intellectual, socioeconomic backgrounds, different geographic backgrounds. And so it was this awesome cross-section of society. And, when you're in there, everyone's the same. Everyone's different, but everyone's the same.
Ironically, I think our first class was a birthday party at the trapeze place, wasn't it, Kat? Didn't we do
Emerald City
first? I'm terrified of heights, so that was my attempt to get over being terrified of heights, and I felt like I was gonna pee. Okay, everybody who knows me knows I talk like this, so I'm straightforward. I felt like I was gonna pee the entire way climbing the rope ladder. So your first
a rope ladder, that's intense. Yeah, because it moves.
Yeah, tell us about it. I gotta know, did anybody else feel like they were gonna pee the whole time?
No.
Oh, wow. You weren't afraid of heights at all.
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what drew you to trapeze as your first thing? Well, why was that so exciting?
You know, I was just into the idea of flight. Like, yeah, I moved to San Francisco and I'd always wanted to skydive. And within like a month of moving, I found someone to go skydiving with me. And though I did that after the second time, I was like, okay, we don't need to do that again. But you know, I did it because I wanted to experience it, and it was just something that I was drawn to. And on the other hand, like scuba diving, no thank you.
Interesting.
Why is that? Where's the
Well,
line
it
there?
may have something to do with a near drowning when I was 3 in a hotel swimming pool. Could, maybe, I'm not sure, maybe. But in any case, yeah, I just did flying trapeze, and I will tell you, after about 6 months of flying trapeze, I distinctly remember the day I was standing on the platform, kind of getting ready for my next trick, and across the gym, I see this woman climbing this rope, like dancing in the air. And I was like, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, was that Dreya?
It was not Dreya. It was in San Francisco. So I don't think she was there at the time, but yeah.
I know. Oh no, I know when she started. She also started with trapeze, trumping her story, by the way. But so I had 2 questions. First of all, I went searching for pictures of you, and you did you do bikini?
Oh my gosh, I did a figure competition. Yeah, okay, yes, Facebook Live universe. There are pictures of me in a tiny bikini on the interwebs.
The interweb.
Why so bashful?
I mean,
Awesome.
that's just, to me, that's a lot of dedication. It shows. I mean, you're a PhD. What are you PhD in? I'm sorry.
Comparative literature.
So cool. I'm sorry. That's just really cool. So what made you think? I think I'm gonna do that. That's just something I'm gonna do.
It was on a bucket list. I mean, I really do well with discipline and like really specific goals, you know, and that's something that we incorporate into the Cirque-it Fitness workout too. It's very task oriented. It's not like do 15 reps of this. It's very goal oriented, right? So like, here she is.
Ooh.
So,
Hey.
so we
All together now.
yeah, we're all together now, but we can finish that story later, because we were talking about someone earlier.
Now.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Some
Wait a minute.
stranger.
Yeah,
God.
I'm just gonna.
PSA.
God.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Hey!
Oh,
They don't-
I recognize her.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
telling them, don't stand next to this picture wearing a tank top.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez. I shouldn't
Because-
even stand next to that picture wearing a tank top.
Because, well, I was telling them that I did that, and someone said, "Wow, that lady in the photo really has nice arms."
Oh.
And you're like, oh.
Mm,
Oh. Man. Happy sad.
Well, welcome, Dreya. We're so excited that you were able to come
Oh
on.
God.
Oh my God. You got too excited.
See, we said explosive in the beginning. There you go.
Earthquake.
Hello, Facebook universe. No, there's no earthquake. She's fine. Okay.
Everything.
We're live on Facebook, and I'm laughing so hard I'm crying, and I don't. So it's going to be.
it's a good day. That is a
Yes.
sign of a good day.
This is a good day to laugh.
This is a good day to. It's good. Every day is a good day to laugh. So,
That is so true.
Dreya, our lovely guest of honor, we would like to ask you some questions. Dun dun dun.
Do it. I'm gonna take off my glasses.
Oh man, I've got glasses too somewhere.
Oh wait. There's a line that has to go with it. It's from those old movies, and it's terrible, of course, because it totally objectifies women, right? And it's the librarian, and your hair's in a bun, and then all of a sudden the hair comes down, the glasses come off, And the man in the scene goes, "Why, you're beautiful."
I
Why?
couldn't tell under all that
Oh,
corrective lens.
Under all that intelligence.
yeah. Okay. Thank God she's beautiful under all that intelligence.
That might be the quote of the day.
Thank you. So,
My face hurts.
we were talking about getting started in aerials, and I know we've talked about it before. You happened to see somebody on a trapeze, and
Yeah. And so it wasn't even a human. My sister Leisha and I were riding bikes in Bloomington, Indiana, in a neighborhood, maybe a mile and a half from where she lived. And we saw through the trees in this very kind of working class, simple neighborhood, nice little neighborhood, but not like wealthy at all. The full expanse of a full flying trapeze rig. Just kind of, I'm the size of the net. It probably is 80 feet long, stem to stern, and it's 30 odd feet high, and it's quite distinct. And we were like, what? So we drove up the driveway, and on the glass doors of the porch were a bunch of newspaper articles about the high flyer family circus. And there was a sign that said, if you want to come watch or fly, we train from 3:30 to 5:30, something like that, every day. So we went back, and I had just finished my final year, competitive year in college, and had a really terrible year. I qualified for nationals, but my school couldn't afford to send me. And then I was all American, which was also like part of competing in nationals. So I competed in the conference, the Eastern Conference, but I also was very injured. One of my students had broken my nose accidentally, and I had a broken toe. I was messed up. I had a bad situation. And so I was very disappointed with the year. And it was my last year. So when I found this rig, and then all of my gymnastic skills translated very quickly to the air. And it was truly the heavens opening, my spirit opening, the sense of, oh, this is what all of the training has been for.
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Kat, did you have a question?
I just now I'm distracted because that was such a lovely story, and that like warms my heart. And it's funny that you kind of saw somebody, you were who I saw, and that was like my moment of wow, I need to do this. Like, oh, you're gonna cry. You're gonna make me cry. We're all gonna be crying.
Yes.
No waterworks. I kind of have a question.
Oh,
how old was it?
How old were you when we met?
Mom and I were trying to figure that out. I think I was 16.
Pretty sure.
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Because then it was 18 was when I had my first year working at Zinzani. So that was it's 10 years. That like blows my mind.
Crazy. Crazy.
Like the time has gone by so fast.
So I'm going to cut in just for a second, Kat. Dreya, what happened was I was walking through the living room, and I said, what are you doing? And she goes, you know that lady, Dreya, that does all of the pull-ups that you keep talking about in P90X? Because we were just doing P90X. And I said, yeah. And she goes, this is also what she does. And she turned the computer around, and she had been stalking everything
Wow.
about you on.
I'm a researcher. That's what I.
Okay, we're not researching. We'll call it researching, not stalking. Of course not. Stalking. And that's actually how I stalked you. Found you.
Look, I just think what I take from that is sometimes we know. Sometimes we know who we're supposed to be around. And I think that those moments they're so precious in life. They're so important. And I don't think they happen that often. I think that's why they hit us so hard.
That's true. That's
No, I'm actually crying.
are rolling. I
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those years working with you and getting to see you work definitely changed my life.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Anyway, I did have a question for both of you. So I know that it's easy to see two beautiful, strong, successful women, or three. I guess my mom's on here too.
Oh,
Sure.
Totally.
banner on it, everybody.
But it's about you guys. I did want to ask kind of, people see this sort of end result and they don't get to see the process behind it. So I was wondering if there's a challenge that maybe you guys have gone through that you've overcome that you feel comfortable sharing with us.
You want to grab that, Elizabeth?
I'll start. I'll do one that's really easy for me, and then I would love to hear if you have one too. But I mean, I'm not ashamed to share. I had an eating disorder when I was a kid, and I felt like I was always fighting with my body because I didn't. I grew up in dance, and I didn't have the dancer's body. I had kind of this stronger body that wanted to climb and do things and run, and when I started climbing rope in the circus, I realized this body was built for this, and this body is my friend because it allows me to do these amazing things. And it completely changed my relationship with my own body, because now I wanted to be strong, and I could, it could completely flip the script that I was telling myself in my brain about my own body.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to cry.
I don't want to make you cry, but that's my answer.
I bowl suffer through eating disorder challenges also. And the little voice never stops, but knowing that you are working towards strength, not working towards a perfect size, that changes everything. And when you fly, I'm afraid of heights still, but when I get in when I get on the silks, I'm looking out at my gym, by the way. I keep looking over. When I get out on the silks and I turn upside down and I'm flying and I'm like, this is heaven. This is what I was meant to do, is to just have fun, let all my worries go away. I'm sorry, I had to cut in there for a second, Britt.
No, that's great. And I just like to say, as a person who got to witness part of your journey to that was not a straight line. And Kat, I'm sure you remember that what Carla's expressing about this joy and feeling like that's where she's supposed to be, that wasn't like, oh, I get on a silk and it's magic and I feel great and glorious and wonderful. This was like serious, facing fear, continuing to step toward it regardless. And I don't even know what that is that allows people what you did, which was every single thing is telling me in my instinct, everything about everything I understand is saying, do not do this. I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. I don't feel safe. I can't do it. All of that stuff. And yet you were able to pull something forward that had you able to keep doing it. And and it opened up this joy to you it changes your life to be able to do it, doesn't it?
It does. When you overcome your fears. I mean, I had a major fear. I'm still afraid of heights. I'm not going to lie about that. I still have challenges spinning every time Dreya puts her arm around me and she says, you come to my class even though it makes you sick. And I was like, yes, exactly. I do. I will overcome that. I know I will. I just have to keep trying. And that's and I don't want to diminish the question Kat asked you. Can you share with us a challenge also that?
Yeah, I thought of something right away when you asked that. When I was in my 20s, after I finished competing, there was some point in my 20s, it was before I discovered being in the air, where my back went out for like 6 months.
Oh.
And I determined after that I would never let my core get weak again, because that's what happened. I had just dropped off, kind of slipped away from consistency, and I never forgot that lesson of the pain and the way life was altered because of my back being out. I mean, so when we're lucky enough to not suffer a spinal problem, it's hard to imagine how horribly it affects everything. So that determination has been really a wonderful thing to kind of walk with, of an additional reason why I want to use my body, because it's the benefit, but it's also the negative that I want to avoid.
Oh gosh, yes.
If possible.
That's super funny. I ruptured a disc in November, so I'm sitting on a donut, and I'm right in that space where I'm like, I definitely let my core get weak, and got that never again going on.
Right.
So I'm super excited to do your program.
Yeah. You're going to love it. It's perfect for it. All of the elongation. Yep.
Before we get into that, since you're wearing pink, I have to tell you, when I was on your live with Pink, I'm like, these two have this wonderful relationship that it's born through circus. And performers, I felt that through the screen. Do you want to give us a little anecdote about?
I think there's a lot of the way I've discovered that I have to get a very high level performance people to trust me, and is like I've realized that you can't help but come up against things where you either come against fear, which can relate to stubbornness, or definitions about what one can and can't do. Being an adult, we kind of come to these conclusions about ourselves that may or may not be true, especially when stepping towards something that's unknown. So with someone with an incredibly strong personality like Alicia, I've said it about her before, she'd rather fight you than anything. She's a fighter. She's a person who understands fighting for things, fighting to stand. She's a brawler. So if I would suggest something to her that she either didn't like or didn't understand, it would often take the form of that kind of challenge. Well, why?
Oh.
Why? And it's like, I'll tell you why. If you get hurt, I'm responsible, which is the bottom line, of course. And that's not necessarily, although I might have said that to her a few times, but it does create a kind of then if you can get someone to step towards something they don't understand, then the trust grows. It's like, oh, I didn't think that about myself. Oh, I didn't. I remember she said something about glitter in the air, that we'd been working together for 7 years, I think, when we did that. And for years I'd been saying, we can do, beauty, elegance, you're very beautiful in the air. And she's like, nope, that's you. That's not me. I'm an athlete. I'm a punk. I'm that. And yet she always exhibited this extraordinary grace and beauty. And so that was definitely a thing that took a whole relationship of development, of building trust, and building the steps toward her being willing to go, I can be this incredibly elegant, poetic, I can inhabit this moment and let the song and the performance and my body and the emotion of it just live in this beautiful kind of braid of idea. It's like picture, song, execution, all. It's right up there with what I think is certainly for me one of the highest achievements, because you hope that every element adds to the other so that they all rise. And the circumstances have to be unusual for that to happen, but that was definitely one of those things. So, you know, and along the way, just so much laughter, Carla, with her. She's great to laugh with. She loves laughing.
Yeah,
really,
the little discussion you guys had on Instagram, I was giggling and I was it felt like I was there during the procedure of everything all going on. I loved it.
So great.
So speaking of meeting each other, Elizabeth, you met Dreya because how? Tell us.
Well, yes, I had a fitness program and I really wanted help to grow it and share it. And I am of the type that I want to work with the best because I have high standards for myself, but also because I had a fitness program that involves other people and other people's bodies. I mean, that's a really special thing that one needs to take seriously on, you know, on the lines of what Dreya was just talking about. And so I reached out to Dreya because she is the best in aerial choreography and fitness. And I knew her from her work with P90X and always had a lot of respect for her, as we all do, and as, you know, everyone that knows her work and meets her and does. So I reached out to her and then we started the conversation and here we are. And yeah. Dreya might even have some more to add.
So Dreya, what intrigued you about the program?
Elizabeth is incredibly smart and organized and meticulous and follows through on what she says. And besides, she won't say it, but she's, you know, Ph.D. in her expertise, and it instantly communicated itself to me. And I think it was similar to that thing I was talking to Kat about, where when you meet someone, I mean, I certainly believe this, and one of the benefits of having more years under your belt is it just gets reinforced more and more, that when you meet someone and to trust that, I was like, oh, she's great.
Yeah.
She's great. And I thought, I want to have a partner in this endeavor. Part of the reason that I've never sort of pursued a fitness avenue was, I think we were talking about it earlier today, was that seeing Tony's determination and passion, like honest to God, heartfelt, that's who he is, and he loves it. It's part of every moment with him, that's helping people be fit, being fit, figuring it out. And I thought, I don't ever want to do anything related to fitness unless I feel that way about it. But I also didn't want to do it alone. So Elizabeth shows up and she shows me her materials and talks about her program. And I was just like, well, this is it. This is the perfect combination of circus and fitness. And it's achievable by everybody. It is completely accessible. And that's another huge thing. I didn't want it to be like for gymnasts or dancers or, you know, acrobats. I want it to be for my neighbor who, you know, who's a general contractor whose back is always giving him trouble. I want it to be for my, you know, my dad, my nieces. I want it to be universally accessible and beneficial.
Yeah, and I was watching, I watched the video that you guys created. I'll show it later. But
okay.
You guys created like, I don't know, 10, 15 times. I love watching it. I love watching how you've been able to make it so that people who are afraid to get up, like I'm afraid of heights, right? A lot of people are afraid of heights. People are afraid their feet are 100% on the ground if they want it to be. And the strength, you know, people are always like, oh, I don't have the strength to climb. I can't do that, right? Well, you've got everything right there to show how you go from not being able to pull yourself up to being able to pull yourself up. It's a whole process. I could see in that video exactly.
Oh, that's great.
It's fantastic. Yes.
That's great. It's deceptively simple, isn't it?
Yes.
Deceptively simple. Like even the being able to knot the fabric and have it be 1.5 feet off the ground, but still get the traction
Exactly.
and the elongation of the spine. It's amazing.
So
You guys, I have to go. I'm
I
so
knew
sorry.
that's why I looked at the clock and I said I will show the video, but I will show it later because I wanted to
Okay.
be able to have you on here for as long as we possibly could.
Thank
So
you.
before she goes, I want you guys to take a look at this that we all have here. This is on Prime.
Mine.
I've watched it on Amazon, so I will hold my photo.
It's such a fantastic movie. Are you you still have a few DVDs?
I do. People can private message me about those. Yeah.
You can also private message me and I will get it to Dreya.
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't know how to private message Dreya, but so this is a fantastic movie. I mean, literally have watched it 3 times and I watched it while it was being produced. So so I highly recommend you guys watch it. Go on Prime and rate it. I was going to say vote on it. Vote on it. I don't know.
I guess, well, there is, if people like it, I would certainly encourage people to leave reviews on Amazon because that's very helpful. But thank you so much for that. I'm so proud of that film. And, you know, it's interesting. People stumble across it without a lot of money. It's hard to get a film, you know, in front of eyeballs. It's just difficult. It's difficult but people stumble across it and they're like, wow, it's great. Like they're very surprised and I'm glad, but I wish I could figure out a way to make more people aware of it. It's a little bit of a puzzle, but that's just like exactly what we're doing with Cirque-it Fitness.
Yes.
We're trying to figure out the puzzle of how to make people aware of a really wonderful thing.
Puzzles are challenging, but they're fun. So
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well,
I can't tell you this. Seeing your 3 faces all on the same screen is so joyous.
Thank you. Big heart. Loves. I love you.
I know. I wish we could visit.
I know. We will.
Time will tell. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see
Bye.
you soon. I know we will. All right, but don't everybody on Facebook, don't go away just yet. We have a couple more.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Can I backtrack just a little bit? You said you used to love recess.
Yeah.
I did too. So we were talking about this earlier, so I'm going to shut up and let you say it.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, I think one of the things we have talked about, we talked about this earlier in our live this morning, but you and I have talked about this too, is, you know, when we're kids, not everyone has different situations they go through when they're children and all of those things. But, you know, generally speaking, right, when we're kids, play is kind of the norm, right? And it's very often physical. And we get older and something like, I don't know when it happens, but it happens where it's like, oh, I have to go to the gym. Oh, I gotta run in. I should probably go for a walk. And it's like, and I am guilty, you know, it's not all fun and games, right? Sometimes 6 a.m. is when you get your run in and that's the only time you have. But in general, it's like, you know, when you talked earlier about what this offers people, what fitness offers, one of the things that I think is so important to remember is like, yes, if you want to lose weight, great. If you want to get buff arms, great. There's nothing wrong with that. I like all of those things. But there's also a component of transformation that's in here. And so it's so important to realize that movement can be a celebration.
Yeah.
Of our body. It's not a chore. It doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't have to be a punishment for holiday cookies. Like, oh, we do that, right? Oh, I ate this, so I have to do 10 more minutes of cardio. And I get, you know, I like I get to do this, right? Sometimes we have injuries, things going on, and it's just to find those openings. What can I do? with where I'm at right now, right? So I don't know if that was what you wanted me to say, but yeah.
So that there's the way this is laid out, it saves time for the person who is trying to go in and like I've been the trainer going in, and I'm like, oh gosh, I got to do a really good workout. We've got the circuit training workout, and I've got to figure out something that's going to hit exactly what I want to hit, what they want. And that takes a lot of time. And as a gym owner, also, I was concerned that the trainers coming in would have challenges. You know, they're coming from a full-time job, you know, trying to figure out what the heck are they going to do in the class. So it was,
And my biggest fear planning classes was making it boring. That was like every time I'd be like, I need to do something creative, and then when you think it's that moment of like, I need to do something creative, and it shuts that part of your brain off. So having that kind of like, somebody else took the time to like be creative, and you get to have that resource, that toolbox or tool in your toolbox.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you both mentioned that. I do want to back up just for any listeners that are listening. So Cirque-it Fitness, we don't offer like if you want to take a Cirque-it Fitness class, you would take it from someone like Kat or Carla or someone else who is, you know, has taken our workshop, and maybe they give classes right now through Zoom because that's what we can do. And we also have, you know, there's a way that you can do it through Zoom, and then there's a way that it can be done in a studio when studios are open with equipment that you can use keeping your feet on the ground. So Cirque-it Fitness is a full day workshop. We're offering it over 3 days, the last 3 Saturdays in January from 9 to 12 on Saturday mornings. Andrea will be present at those sessions, and it is approved for continuing education by ACE, NASM, and AFA. So I want to make sure people know that. So if there are people listening that are fitness professionals, you can get a whole new modality and get your continuing education credits. So I just wanted to kind of back up and make sure people understood that. But yes, with the template, it's a whole templated program, because I developed this idea when I was running around teaching adjunct Spanish here and adjunct English there and Pilates here, and so we have done so much work with creating a template. And by the way, coaches of Olympic gold medalists of multiple sports have reviewed our program and love it. So it's science. There's a ton of awesome science behind it. I personally wrote the manual with the same person that Jillian Michaels called on to write Body Shred, and she's written Strong by Zumba and a bunch of other programs. So great credentials behind it. You can prep this class in like a minute. Once you have the charts and the template, it's that quick. And I will tell you, I've given workshops, and there was one workshop in particular. They were so excited because there was a new coach, and they were so excited to have her teach this class because of the template, it frees you up to actually do the skill of coaching.
Yeah.
Because you're not looking at your watch, because all of the intervals are within the music that we had commissioned for this workout. So you just push play, and all the bells and the dings and all of that's right in the tunes. You're not making a playlist. You're not looking at a watch. You know, each workout has a particular number of exercises, and you focus on coaching people through them. And you're not doing the workout when people are working out. So if you're injured, you can still coach this.
Oh, nice.
And that's from me coaching circus, because, you know, I was like, oh, it's a lot of work to coach aerial. And I was like, I feel like I'm wrecking my body, and I have to still perform, and I have to still do all these other things. So it's super, you know, it's easy on the coach's body too. And you can keep your feet on the ground the whole time. So I'm kind of rambling on here, but that's kind of the gist of what you were talking about with how easy it is to prep. It's liberating for the coach. It saves you time, saves you money, and allows you to actually do the fun work of, you know, giving people that nudge.
I'm going to tell you right now that when you are in there trying to coach, your clients and they don't understand the move and you repeatedly have to do it, it does tear you apart. If it's aerials, if it's tricep extensions, which I mean, I've had people who are like, their arms all moving all over the place with a tricep extension. Like, no, well, can you show me? Can you show me again? Can you show? Or what was the other one? It was military push-ups, which are your elbows in. The hardest push-up. Everybody
The hardest push-up.
could not figure it out. So having something like this in your tool belt is phenomenal. So we're gonna have to wrap this up, but I wanted to let you guys know that Elizabeth has something that she gave to us to give to you.
Yes.
What is that?
Okay. So I'll be a little more to the point on this, but in addition to having our own program approved by ACE, NASM, and AFA, we're also an NASM education partner. That means we are offering NASM, corrective exercise specialist, certified personal trainer, certified nutrition coach, their certifications through our academy. So you can get trained in our modality, and you can also bundle it with and save money by bundling it with an NASM certification, and all those are on our website. So I think it's great because let's just say you're a personal trainer and you're like, I need a new revenue stream because of hello. You know, if you did, let's just say the nutrition coach in Cirque-it Fitness, bam, you get, you know, you pass your test, you can give nutrition consults, and then you can be giving Cirque-it Fitness classes even through Zoom. So yes, Kat and Carla have a special code. It's HW2021, HW2021, and I'm sure they will put it in a comment and blast it out to everyone. All this. It's good through Saturday, January 9th, 10% off anything on the website right now. So the savings could be hundreds of dollars depending on what package you get, because we have everything from just the Cirque-it Fitness to all those 3 certifications I mentioned and Cirque-it Fitness. It just really depends on where you are in your career, or if you're doing this for something fun to do or whatever you want. Regardless, if you have any questions on what should I get trained in, tell me more about this, you can DM us, Cirque-it Fitness, Instagram. Probably the easiest way is 833-2-CIRC, call or text. A real person will get back to you, not a bot, a real live person. It will probably be me. I like to talk, but I will be asking questions about you if you call or text that. So just hit us up. We're super excited to share this, and we're super excited about our partnership with NASM because they are the world leader in fitness education. And, you know, as we talked about earlier, it's really important for us to have the credentials behind it, science behind it, credibility. And that's what I got. Carla, did I hit it all?
Thank you. So Kat and I did a series of videos a while back, and we had a little ending, which we're trying to remember. So I'm going to look at this.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a saying.
Just a little saying, because, and it's very relevant and very personal. So my wish for you is that you find abundance.
That you create a fitter future for yourself and your family.
Now
go up and change the world.
Thank you, Facebook. We will be seeing you again.
Oh, I was gonna.
Too late. I already stopped.
A demo.
Great.
We did promise some circus skills.
Yeah, we did.
Are you going to be making a gin and tonic or vodka tonic with those fruits?
You know, that's a good idea.
Oh, maybe not.
You know what?
Face hurts from laughing so much today. I'm like, oh.